up, y'all?
What up? What
What's
up?
up? What's
Look
up?
here, man. He keep changing shit up. Look here, I'm thinking we ready to go. I keep jumping the gun. Oh, we gonna get it right.
One day.
Yeah.
What's
What
up,
up, man?
fellas?
What up, man?
What's
Y'all
the
know what
deal,
this
man? How
is?
y'all been?
Been all right. This is our own damn sports show. About to get it going. How y'all week been so far? Been good?
Man, cool. Been a busy sports week, man. So I'm ready to
Hey,
get into it.
and it seemed to all jump off on one night. Well, I mean, free NFL free agency did start somewhat on Monday,
It did.
and we
It did.
definitely
Right,
gonna get into that. Definitely gonna get in that.
for sure.
But wanted to start with something big happened last night. Legendary. Uh,
Historic.
historic. There we go. Mr. Bam out of Bayou. I think I said it, or out of Bayou. Is it out of Bayou?
Out of Bio, I
How
think.
about you?
Yeah.
I got yo. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
He is now the second scored. What is it? Second most in a game
All,
all time with 83 points against the Washington Wizards. Here we go. I'm gonna let y'all. What are y'all takes on it? How y'all feel about it?
uh, all right. So look,
Go
I
ahead.
got mixed feelings about it. I'm just being transparent with
Okay.
everybody. I got mixed feelings.
Oh, look
For
here. I
one,
don't. I don't. You want me to? You want me to shoot my shot? I don't.
no,
go
no,
ahead,
let,
man. If
let,
you feel strongly, yeah, if you feel strongly, go ahead.
Okay. Look here. I know somebody in our chat. You know our boy, Mr. TM. This his team. Look here. He sent me a tell and yo, Bam just went off 83. I sent back. I looked at it, did some research on it, sent back. I don't care. It's not. I'm not impressed. I'm sorry. I'm not. I look at who he was playing against, who he had on him. Like this is. I. I'm not impressed at all. I'm sorry. So yeah. The way I look at it, Big Will, you know this. I look at it as our boy Honcho getting over here getting 40 kills against some bots and shit. That's how I look at it. In Call of Duty. Resurgence. That's how I'm looking at it. So
T-Chon, you gotta relax, man. You gotta relax. Look, 83 points
Uh-huh.
in anybody's NBA is impressive.
I
All right, it's impressive. It's 83 points, and you got guys like James Harden. You got guys like Kevin Durant, who Steph Curry, who never saw 83, who never saw 80 points. So the fact that he would hit it in that NBA with those kind of level of talent guys playing still is impressive. Now, I where my mixed feelings is that it's not an efficient 83 points. It's not like he just went out and everything he threw in just was going in. You know what I'm saying? I get that from that standpoint. But also on the other side of it is if I'm a player in the NBA and let's say I've noticed that I dropped 30 in the first quarter. I got it going. I'm going if I get close enough to a record that I know is in my reach to break, I'm going for it. So I don't blame Bam for going for the record, but I can understand the sensitivity around the record because it's connected to the late Kobe Bryant, and he was respected for his basketball acumen, his basketball game, the way he played it, the way he approached it. And to be honest with you, upon hearing it, Will Chamberlain, Bam, Kobe, Bam seems out of place. But he
And
is the
that was gonna
only
be
one
that's
still
gonna lead me to
playing.
my next question. But I'm
Right.
gonna let
But
Big Will.
but it
Yeah.
that's right now though. If he let's say Bam keeps he probably still got another 7, 8, 9 years to play in the NBA. He could win a couple rings in that time frame. He could become a Hall of Famer because he is a talented player. But right now it does seem out of place, not really efficient, maybe not even great to watch, but respect for accomplishing in that accolade. And also again, if it was me, I'd have went for it as well.
Will take the floor.
Yeah, so you do got to go for it. I think they said at halftime that's when he noticed he was hot and he was kind of close. So he said that's when he decided to go for it. 36, no, 43 free throw. Golly, that's a lot of
It's a
free.
lot of free throws. Yeah.
Well, I feel about it. It is impressive. 83. If you just look at the number on its face, it is impressive. You got to give the man credit for that. Do I think? And if you just ask anybody, is Kobe? I mean, is Bam Adebayo a better player than Kobe? 100% of people gonna say no. He has a higher number. He scored more in the game. So he's the second all-time scorer in a single game. But he's not better than Kobe, even though he has that record. I kind of look at it as how in the last, I don't know, not even 15 years, last 10-ish years, when people start putting up these triple double numbers, and all the time, there's been Oscar Robinson. He's the only one to average a triple double. And here comes James Harden and Westbrook, and they average it.
Westbrook.
It's numbers.
Mm-hmm.
They count, but it's not the same, especially in this NBA.
And that's part of my argument too.
Yeah,
That's
so
a big
it's.
part of it.
I'm not trying to take too much away because you have to be putting it up to and hitting to put up 83 points. But I don't know, it feels not as celebrated as when Kobe put his 81.
Exactly.
Well,
On
see,
top
that's
of
what
that, you just
we was
said
talking about.
Go ahead, Miss Blaq.
No, I was saying that's what he was talking about before. Is that when Kobe hit 81, they wasn't really like hot about it either, because Kobe at this time was trying to fight off the rap of being a ball hog, and then 81 points doesn't help that narrative that he is a ball hog. So I don't remember people just celebrating, like that when Kobe hit 81 either. I feel like it was some backlash to a certain degree. Now Bam, I think, is going to get more backlash just because if Kobe was alive, of course, maybe that's a different way it's received. But because Kobe has passed on and people have grown fonder of Kobe since he's passed, I think is why you're going to see some more backlash from Bam because of that. People don't like records broken from people that are beloved. If somebody come through and and let's say they play for the Chicago Bulls and they get 7 rings, well, are you gonna marvel at it? Yeah, but to a certain degree, it's gonna be like, man, this nigga came through and got more rings than Jordan. Man, who do you think he is? So I think it's a little bit of that when it comes to Bam breaking Kobe's record.
I will put it like this: one, y'all just said he had about 43 free throws that he took. Like, so level of competition. Also, on your last point, Mr. Blaq, it's not always just the person who's holding the record. It's sometimes the person who breaks it, do we think they're worthy of it? Do we think their game is, and like Big Will's like, nah, Bam, you ain't, or I think even you said, nah, you look at Bam. Okay, like,
yeah, no, it's definitely out of place. Yeah. When you go Wilt Chamberlain, who's one of the most revered, big man to ever play the game, freak athlete. When you go Kobe Bryant, who's arguably second greatest shooting guard of all time, and everybody's top 10, some people top 5. I think that Bam, he's not. I mean, you might say he's top 10 at the position. But as far as a top 10 player in the league, I don't think Bam's in anybody's top 10 player of the league. And when Wilt Chamberlain and when Kobe both broke those records, they were probably top 5 in the league, if not 1, 2, or 3. So I get it from that standpoint. But that's also what makes it impressive, is that a guy who's maybe top 10 at his position is the one who broke the record, not a Steph Curry, not a, like I said, James Harden, not a Ant Edwards or anybody like that who is probably a better player right now, revered as a better player right now than Bam. So that kind of makes it more impressive, is that he's not one of those top tier guys. But I can also understand that as a fan, you're like, this guy, he shouldn't be the one that broke Kobe's record. So I get it too. I get it from that standpoint too.
Yeah. Again, even like a Luka, if a Luka would have did it, I think it'd have been a little bit more celebrated.
Yeah. That brings me to my last question on that. Does this change your perception of Bam? Do you think he'll go to higher heights, or you think this is just a one-off game against a sorry ass team, and he just happened to ball out? The stars aligned. What do you see going forward for him after this?
Bam.
Yeah, can you see him reaching that top 10 of the NBA echelon? Like, can he get there? Is it already too late? He
I
just
think
No,
basically
his
no.
game is what it is at this point. I think he's probably developed as much as he's going to develop.
Yeah.
Maybe he can get a little bit better here and there, but as far as a game changer, no, I can't
No,
see Bam.
I'm not putting Bam ahead of Joker, Shea, and Edwards. Uh, um, shit. And my brain is going empty right now. But though, just those people alone, it's a bunch of names, man. Luca, Wemby, it's a bunch of names you're gonna get to before you get to Bam. As far as all time or even in the NBA right now. Does this 83 points, is it a great accomplishment? Yeah, but this will probably be the greatest accomplishment that Bam achieves in his career.
okay.
Not
That's
to not trying to, say he's not capable, but besides, I think he'll ever get an MVP? No. Do I think he'll ever be a finals MVP? Probably not. But can he be a really good piece to help you win a championship? Absolutely. He can be the number two, number three scoring option on the championship team. I just don't think he could be number one. And I think
Yeah.
records like this are reserved for number one options and all time greats. Now he still has time to change that, but right now I would say he's not on that arc or trajectory to be an all time great.
I got you. And
Agreed.
bold and driven. Look here, man. You can go on with that. That's an NBA team with NBA players. How, how many of them
I
you know?
mean, the Raptors wasn't an impressive team when Kobe put
No,
81 on them either.
they wasn't.
So it's not really about who. I mean, no one
Different
is
era.
going to put 80 points up against today's Boston Celtics or anybody Oklahoma City Thunder. If you put 81 points up against them, oh, that question you just asked about who they are, oh, we have a different answer if you put 81 points up against a defensive team like the Oklahoma City Thunder,
Fact,
but against the
facts.
Washington Wizards, who we all know to be really tanking, you know. I mean, nah, it's not it's but they're still an NBA team. Still an NBA team.
Shit.
Yeah, and he was kind of worried about Mr. Tim. I was kind of worried about him getting taken out at the end of the third when he had like 69 points. I'm like, dude, they're not gonna take him out. They are not
No,
gonna
he
take
going
him out.
for it.
Yeah,
He
there's
going
no
for it.
way.
Yeah.
No,
There's no
I don't
way.
And he
understand
should
He's
that
have.
coming out.
backlash for him going for it. I don't understand. Me personally, like, no, if you in there, you balling, keep balling. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not.
You
I'm
gotta
not
you gotta
knocking that at
remove
all.
logic. You gotta remove logic though when you're talking about going against a ghost. You're talking about Kobe Bryant, the ghost of Kobe Bryant. So when you're up against a record of somebody that's beloved, and I think it's not crazy to say that people have loved Kobe more in depth than they did when he was here. I don't think they appreciated him as much as when he was here, Kobe, as they have as he's passed away. It's much more love for Kobe, I think, in depth than it was when he was here. Like, not to say he didn't have Kobe fans then, but I
No,
think more
and
people
he
have
still had
just,
he had a pretty strong following, but it's also
yeah,
he was gone like in his youth. Kind of, you were waiting to see like he was already starting to do stuff.
yeah, like he,
Right after, so
what
you
he
didn't
wrote a
really get to
book.
see him.
Yeah,
Yeah, was doing films
we
and
didn't get to
things like.
see him get old. But I'm
Yeah, so
saying
it's kind of
even
that the
we
Sunday.
didn't get to see him get old, but I'm still saying that I think more people when you find out more about him, like how he approached the game, how he prepared,
Yeah,
maybe understand why. Because media perception was Kobe's not that nice of a guy, right? That was a
right.
media perception. But you understand more about as you understand more. You got the Lakers doc, you got the MJ doc. When you understand more about Kobe, it changes your perception of, man, that dude was really passionate. They was talking about this guy getting up shots 2, 3 in the morning while these guys out at the club,
Right.
So that brings a little more appreciation for who he was and everything he gave to the game. And when you got somebody like that, who I'm gonna say recently, because it's not like it was 15, 20 years ago. Kobe passing away is still kind of recent, as far as sports figures dying. So him dying in like 2020, 2021, and it being now, it's like it's too soon for people to accept that someone has broken his record. I think is the thing with that. But hey, shout out to Bam. It's still something hard to do, man. Those are grown NBA playing athletes that would kick all our ass on the court if we went out there right now. So I'm gonna give them credit for that.
I got you. All right, we done with NBA. Hey, NFL free agency. Man, deals been flying left and right. What are y'all takes? What are y'all favorite moves? Moves you don't like? How you feeling like your team is doing? What y'all got? What are y'all takes?
Man, go ahead, Will.
Well, it's been kind of hectic, but at the same time, not a lot of huge moves. Been some big moves like Kenneth Walker. He went in the
Signed with the
Super
Chiefs.
Bowl MVP.
Signed
Went with the Chiefs. So expect them to be back next year. And I've even heard about maybe Tyreek Hill rejoining them.
It was. I don't know if I would do that.
We'll see, but that'll kind of put them even more back on the map. I don't know. The craziest move to me is the trade that was rescinded.
Yes.
That was the craziest thing. Move to me so far.
Man. Max Crosby going back to the Raiders when he was traded to the Ravens is like some of the goofiest stuff, that you was just like, bro, how do you even wrap your head around? I'm cool that the team tried to trade me, but it didn't go through. So I'm a prepared to go out and battle for this team now, even though they gave me away. Now, if Max Crosby understands the business of it, maybe it's not an issue. I just think that's a weird dynamic. But I also think the Ravens, it's understandable why they rescinded the trade. First off, they gave two.
Explain.
Okay. Were they giving up 2 first-round draft picks? And if you telling me that a player I gave up 2 first-round draft picks for is further away or is not looking as good as I wanted to look on his injury outlook, then I'm gonna say nah, not for 2. Now we check this down to you take a 1 and a third, or you just get a 1 and that's it. Then maybe I feel differently about it. But when I'm giving up 2 first-round draft picks, I want this joker to be ready to go second quarterback from training camp, from day one. And it sounds like Max Crosby is either going to be further away from that than we think, or that it's even maybe some possibilities that he don't recover fully. So if that's the case, then I understand why the Ravens said, nah, we good.
Here's my thing on that, though. Didn't you know what you were getting before you bought it? You spending, especially if you giving up 2 first-round picks. You knew what the hell. You knew he had an injury. You should have known kind of what his history is, what he's looking like before. I feel like you got cold feet because that's what they saying, and you back out.
Nah, I think you've been a little unfair. It's like
if you already knew what he had.
No, listen. I'm giving you these 2 first based on the player I've been watching for the past 4 or 5 seasons. As long as he is going to be that when I trade for him, yeah, I know what I'm getting. But if I say I want to get him and then I take a closer look and see that, oh, wait a minute. So his meniscus is a little, what's going on with that? Oh,
but you knew that. You knew that before you traded the store for him.
No, you don't have the medicals. That's why a lot of the trades can't be finalized until the player goes to the new team, have the doctors look at them, and then that's when the deal can be finalized. I kind of think that maybe there might have been some buyer's remorse in there. I think the injury the fact that I think both things have to be true. I think the injury wasn't as he wasn't as healed from the injury or from the surgery as they thought. So that gave them the out to rescind the trade, and they would say, well, we might as well keep our picks, pay Trey Hendrickson, and go at it from there. Get a level B of Max Crosby and still keep our picks. I think that if Max Crosby didn't have a surgery and he was just coming off a season, I think there had been, to Mr. Black's point, I think they'd been okay giving them 2 first-round picks and moving on.
Yeah.
But I said it at the time, like when the trade was announced, that I think that was a little bit too much. Not to say Max Crosby may not be worth it, but I think that was a little bit too much. And
I like Max, and
I do too.
Jerry
I like him on the Bulls.
for
I mean, on the
not
Bears.
giving up.
Sure.
You was trying to give him. Hey, y'all got a shot now.
I applauded Jerry for not giving up those 2 first-round picks,
Yeah.
for to get Max.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about late 20s, coming off an injury. Now, do I think Max Crosby is a hell of a player? Absolutely. Would I love to have him on the Cowboys? Absolutely. But for 2 first-round draft picks, hell no. I could the potential of me drafting a player that's gonna play longer and could potentially have a higher ceiling than Max Crosby is enough for me not to trade away those 2 picks. Yeah, you could miss on both of them, and you know what you're getting in Max, but I could hit on both of them. So because of that, and then also financially, right? Max Crosby is a 20-something million a year player. So you got to think about, well, if
they clear cap. Teams clear cap all the time. They don't care about that.
No, I get what you're saying, but these 2 first-round draft picks that I just gave you are still going to be cheaper than Max Crosby for a while. And if I hit on 1 or 2 of them and they come out and they ready, then now I have got a player with a higher ceiling because he's younger and he's just as good or will be as good as Max Crosby. And Max Crosby is over here taking up this cap. And every year we don't win a championship or we're not in that window, is maybe a year wasted, which is why I think the Raiders was right to get more.
You wasted cap with Lamar Jackson, so that's the biggest thing.
No, you're not wasting cap with Lamar Jackson.
Well, based on what you said,
about,
it's the same thing.
No, Lamar Jackson is the quarterback that without him, you're not winning the Super Bowl. I can win a Super Bowl without Max Crosby.
It's to be debated if you can win one with him. So
I can win a Super Bowl without Max Crosby. I can win a Super Bowl without Max Crosby.
I got you.
Just saying. As far as other moves, man, my team in particular, yeah. So this is my problem with Jerry Jones every year is that he promises to do a lot and he ends up undelivering. Now,
Rashad Gary
am
for
I
a third round pick?
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm not mad at that. But spending $12 million on a safety that's probably just a guy, I don't know how I feel about that.
Who they signed?
Jalen Thompson from the Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
Right? I think that's his name. Yeah. So
okay, I didn't know if they signed him yet. I thought they were thinking about it.
He was a captain, serviceable safety. But I'm not talking about serviceable. I'm talking about somebody that's gonna make an impact. If we're gonna spend the max deal on that position, is what I'm saying. So they said it was a max contract. He got 3 years, $36 million or something like that. And then I'll look up and see Minkah Fitzpatrick got traded for a 7th round pick, and his contract is only like $1 million more than Jalen Thompson's. So I'm like, would rather have had Minkah for $1 million more, or do I want to take Jalen Thompson? He might be better than serviceable. But I'm saying I know Minkah is a Pro Bowl, All Pro caliber safety. So I'm just saying stuff like that. We still haven't got a linebacker. Apparently Nakobe Dean chose the Raiders over us. So it's just like free agency. Yeah, is he doing more than he usually does early on? Yeah, but it looks like more of the same to me.
Yeah, I don't know if I was super excited about the Gary trade, but they did just get a 3rd rounder back. They traded Bgezy to the 49ers. So got that 3rd round pick back. But we'll see. As
far as the Bears, man, they got their own Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Spelled a little bit differently. But they did lose it. Both of their safety. Like I said, they had no safeties on the roster. Kevin Byard, he signed today with
Yeah.
New England, so he's
Yep. Saw
gone.
that.
Jaquan Briss's still out there. We'll see what happens there. But they can't sign Kobe Bryant. They got a good, from what I hear, linebacker and Devin Bush. Um,
Yeah, from Cleveland.
then they also got a guy, Khalif Raymond from Detroit. Who's that? Amon St. Brown called him the best the teammate he's ever had. He's also a pretty good kick returner. So
Okay.
those are the major moves for them. I'm cool with them. I mean, they making good middle, not overspending on a lot of people. They traded for their center to replace Drew Dalman, who just suddenly retired at 27 years old.
Yeah.
Hating on it. He wanted to spend some time with his family. So his father played in the league, so he saw what happened to his father down the stretch.
Okay.
So you gotta respect that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so I think the draft is where the Bears are going to make a lot of their moves. Right now, at least, since they didn't, unless they get back in on Max, they got
yeah,
all of their picks.
Losing Byard though, that hurt.
It did hurt because he was second in the league.
I feel like they could have
turnovers.
retained him if they want to. He didn't sign for a whole bunch of money, so
Yeah,
I don't understand why you didn't bring him back.
Same thing with Deshaun Wright. He went to the Jets and they on a 1 year, $5 million deal.
Right.
Yeah, so I think they just want a lot of turnover. I mean, Deshaun Wright and you had your two best people that led the league in turnovers, and you let them go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you putting a lot of faith in Dennis Allen. As
that don't sound smart.
Coordinator.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a head coach. I give him credit. Like he did what he could with the players he had last year.
Yeah.
These wasn't great
Hey,
players.
Nana.
These weren't his players. Hey, mama, but he did what he could. So we'll see now. He's getting a little bit more of his former players that fit his mold. We'll see what they do in the draft. So yeah, he has to be better on the defense because that's what kind of let them down last year.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I say move that I'm probably most excited about outside of Kenneth Walker going to the Chiefs because I think that's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
We talked about this on last week's show, and then it ended up happening. But DJ Moore going to the Bills.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that because last time Josh Allen had a number one receiver that he could count on, Stephon Diggs. They was competing in the AFC Championship almost every year. Yep. So I think you give Josh Allen that kind of weapon, and DJ Moore, who still got some youth behind him. He's not super young,
for sure.
But he's also probably still right in the middle of his prime. So I think you give him DJ Moore. You know, I think, man, that's going to be an exciting duo right there. So that's the move that I've seen that I'm kind of like, I'm looking at that. You know, other than that, you know, Mike Evans going to San Francisco was cool.
That was looked like good. Here's the thing, though. That whole team and now him injury prone the last few years. Can he stay healthy enough? I don't expect him to get through play all 17 games, but can he be available most of the season playoffs?
Right.
Yeah. It's a good point. They have been injury prone the last few years.
Yeah.
Also,
Tua. Go ahead.
Yes. What do y'all think about that? The Dolphins are eating, what is it, $99 million over the next 2 years?
You know how much you got to be sick of somebody's shit?
That's what I'm saying.
99 million, bro.
99 million, bro. They like, cool. Look here, we don't want you. We'll eat that.
A point won't nobody bring up, but I want to say it is apologize to Brian Flores because Brian Flores was the coach of the Miami Dolphins and told y'all I didn't want Tua in the first beginning. I want Justin Herbert. That's what we wanted. So the fact that this man was right about Tua as far as being, I don't know if it was he thought he was too fragile or he just didn't like him as a quarterback. Well, y'all moving on way faster than you should be. And Brian Flores, we know, is still a hell of a coach. If he was politics and blackballing, that man would be a head coach.
Check this out, though. What makes it even worse, bump all the others. They just gave this boy a damn contract extension last year. You just paid the man, and you knew what he was. I don't understand it.
Yep.
I think they were being optimistic, man. I think that sometimes, like, it's like this is our guy. We got to go for it. Like I came to that conclusion with Dak Prescott. It's a love and hate relationship with Dak
Oh yeah,
Prescott.
all right,
It
like
was some
nah,
years
I
where
gotta see it.
I couldn't stand this man. It was some years I couldn't stand this man, and now it's like, okay, well, look, unless we're gonna go draft a quarterback and know for sure he's gonna be the bomb, you gotta look. Dak is at least good enough that if you structure the team in a certain way, we should be able to
He
have a
be
good chance
successful.
at
I
winning.
give you that.
So it ain't like that he's trash. I would take a lot of quarterbacks. I mean, I wouldn't take a lot of quarterbacks before I take Dak Prescott. It's only probably 5 really or 4 that I would take over Dak Prescott right now. But I just say that to say that I can understand the Dolphins knowing that we're done with him and we're gonna move on. Now, is Malik Willis that answer? I hope he is because I was a
I'm hoping
fan of
he is
Malik
too.
Willis, and I felt like he never got a first shot because they drafted Will Levis too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't even get a chance. So he looked good last year, and I'm hoping that with Miami, he got Jalen Waddle. I know they probably finna, release Tariq, or did they
I think
already
they already
release
did, didn't
Tariq?
they?
Okay, so they need to get him some help as far as receivers. But Jalen Waddle as your number one receiver or just a part of the receiving core is a good start. We'll see what else they do. But I'm excited about Malik Willis and Dolphins. I'm excited most about DJ Moore in Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm pulling for DJ, man, just because he deserves it. He's a good player. He's a professional. Uh, just got a bad. He's had a bad rap a little bit. I hope
Right.
he gets better with Josh Allen than he did with Caleb Williams. And if he do, then they can go. They can go to the bowl.
So I saw Rick Woolen go to the Eagles. I hate the Eagles. Shout out Bgezy. I just hate them. Always just doing something.
Of
They don't
course,
never
of
sit down.
course.
Yeah.
I also saw Chubb go to the Bills. I think that's also another good move. Speaking of the Bills, so
Yeah.
they get a pass rusher. I've never been too high on Bradley Chubb, but I thought that he was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's better than the average. I
Yeah.
just don't think he's Miles Garrett or Max Crosby or any guy like
TJ
that.
Watt,
But yeah, no, he's not that. But I do think he's good. So about the same level, I feel like Rashawn Gary on as a pass rush. Not spectacular, but they good. They good.
What's another move? What you think of the Colts? They signing. They gave Daniel Jones money,
Shit,
and they
Coach
signed
said we
Alec
ain't no
Pierce.
fools.
Alec Pierce to the to a
Another
contract
deal,
too.
4-year deal, I believe. So
Yeah.
I think the Colts are smart from the standpoint of they don't want to be the Minnesota Vikings, meaning they
Okay.
don't want to let the person that had Sam Darnold had that year with the Minnesota Vikings, and for us, we were like, Sam, and then he came through with Seattle, and they were like, oh, okay, Sam, this was really you. So you have proven that 1 year wasn't just a revelation; it was also more consistent with who you are as a quarterback now. And I think what the coach didn't want to find that Daniel Jones was who they saw him be last year, and he goes to another team like Arizona Cardinals or something, and he looked real good with them, and they look stupid, like kind of like the Minnesota Vikings look after the Seahawks holding up the trophy with Sam Darnold.
Big Will, you got anything before I go?
No, I can't think of any other moves that kind of stand out to me. I didn't even realize about Bradley Chubb. So yeah, that sounds like a good
Yeah,
move for
that
them.
just happened today.
Oh,
On the
okay.
Daniel Jones, I get you keeping him for year 2. I don't know about for the money though, because here's the difference between the Darnold situation and his. Darnold was at least healthy. Daniel Jones is now coming off. He will be coming off a torn Achilles.
I feel you.
That's a devastating injury right there. It's hard for me to give you a bag.
It's not as
Right
devastating as
after
it
that,
was
but I gotta
before.
see something first.
Athletes come back from torn Achilles all the time now, bro.
But that first year back, they ain't shit.
Jason Tatum just came back.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying, but you talking about the
Different
quarterback.
sport too.
You talking about the quarterback though. You know what I'm saying? Not now. Daniel Jones' mobility is a part of his game, but you still saying as a quarterback, you don't have to run every play. You don't have to necessarily do a lot of movement every play. You know, as much as a receiver or cornerback
But
or
if
running
you
back.
notice, quarterbacks who can't run is very few that's good.
I mean, it ain't like it's going to turn him from mobile to immobile. He's just not going to be able to accelerate as fast as he usually accelerates before he had the injury. But he'll still be able to run faster than most quarterbacks that can't move. I'm just as long as he can still, as long as he can still run the offense the way he ran it this year, where they felt like at his height they had a chance to win the Super Bowl. That's what they traded for Sauce Gardner for. That's what they made the moves for.
Which is
So
now
if you're the
looking
coach, you're
shit.
sitting around looking like, well, hey, I want to be able to be in that position again to where we looking like Super Bowl contenders versus let this go off somewhere and do that with another team. Because again, it's a copycat league, and they just saw Sam Darnold do the same thing with
I
the
don't
Seattle
see that
Seahawks. So they don't want to be this. They don't want to be next year's Minnesota Vikings.
Daniel Jones he ain't gonna be Sam Darnold. I don't see that regardless.
I
But
mean, he did it this year though. Like he was balling. He was in the
still
MVP
he wasn't, and
conversation.
that was even before he got hurt. So
I get what you're saying, but if you've shown the ability to do it, it's about consistency. We can work on how we can make sure you're more consistent, but not being able to do it at all is one other thing. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a
It's like I
chance
said,
on that versus they don't have a draft pick to get a
but
quarterback.
if we talking about a small sample size though, we talking about what 5-6 games?
well, I think he went a
I
little bit
think it was
longer than
like the
that.
first. Yeah, I don't think he got hurt till like week 13 to 14, right?
Yeah, he was deep in the
But when he
season.
falling off, but by then because they were
I don't
fighting for
think so.
playoff spots, like they
I
were starting
mean, it
good
ain't like
then.
he just reverted back to the New York Giants, Daniel Jones. But no, did he? Was he still as hot as he was the first 7, 8 weeks of the season? No. But I'm saying the team wasn't. They had injuries. They weren't playing as well overall. So that's not just a Daniel Jones thing. But it's a reason they make them trades at the trade deadline. So we know at least up through the trade deadline, they were playing well enough to where they thought they were a move away from being a serious contender. So I'd rather try to run that back than just start over completely at quarterback. They don't think Anthony Richardson is their guy. He's
Yeah,
probably gonna get moved as well.
yeah.
So either think you're gonna believe in him because you don't have to draft pick for a quarterback. So I rather is out of the options that they had. It's not like they gave him 5, 6 years. They gave him 2 years. So I'm like, I'll take a chance on that, seeing if he is the guy in a 2-year deal versus in a completely starting over at the quarterback position. It's too hard to find a quarterback, man.
Yeah, and from what I understand, this is a weak quarterback draft.
Yeah, it is.
Very weak.
There.
They got
So,
one quarterback. They got one quarterback going in the top 10, and they got two going in the top 32.
hmm,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ty Simpson he probably will slip
Yeah,
in.
that's the only other one.
Yeah,
They
but
got him
he's
going. I think
not
they got
really a
him going
first
to the
rounder.
Steelers or something.
Yeah,
How you gonna say he's not really a first rounder?
he's not game wise, but because it's a weak quarterback draft, that bumps him up. In a weak
I
draft,
mean,
the second one it can bump you up.
if he projected to be a first round draft pick, I mean, I don't know how that's what he's projected to be.
Speaking of quarterback play, fellas, and this is a little bit off topic, but I want y'all thoughts. Because I was having a conversation with my brother-in-law, his buddies, and we was talking about Caleb Williams, and we was also talking about Jordan Love. I said Jordan Love is overrated, and his buddy was like, "Nah, he's not overrated." But I'll say he's overrated from the standpoint of he's not the next like after Brett Favre, after Aaron Rodgers, not Jordan Love. He is nowhere near that level. But I was like, he's not even a top 10 player quarterback in the NFL. And I stand on that. What do y'all think? So what are y'all thoughts on Jordan
I think Jordan Love is good. I don't think he's elite yet. I think he's real inconsistent. I think it's times where you look at him and you say, "Man, that guy doing something," and then you look at him, you like, "This is the same quarterback I saw, 2 games ago." Um, I'd take Dak Prescott over him right now. Still, me personally, I'd take Dak over him. I would.
T-Time.
Bro, way to represent, Mr. Blaq. Way to represent. It's actually interesting because when I was thinking about it just now, to me, him and Caleb are kind of in the same boat. If you ask me, he's actually, if anything, Love is maybe a little more consistent, or maybe because we got more film on him, he's been doing it longer. But to me, they're really about the same. He might be more accurate, a little bit more accurate than him. I'll take
Jordan passing the ball over Caleb right now.
Yeah,
I'll take him passing but Caleb's ability to extend plays and escape, he don't have it on the level of Caleb Williams got. Caleb Williams is special in that alone, like just extending plays, buying time to find somebody downfield. That's special. But as far as just a pure passer, right now, I think Jordan Love is better.
So
better
really and truly, they're really close. If Caleb this year, if he get the touch and just more accuracy, that boy deadly.
Yeah, if he bring that completion percentage up,
yeah,
I think he just go over Jordan Love altogether. But if Jordan Love come out, I think he's a candidate to have a season where you're like, this is what they saw. Because the Packers have been in love with Jordan Love to a fact that we're like, what do you see? Because we ain't seen that yet. We've seen them have some moments. We've seen them have some good games. But the person that is after Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, the way y'all been loving this dude, we ain't seen that yet. So it's like, still looking for that. But I can say he could come in and have a season that makes everybody see the light. Like he could be an MVP
I can say this too for Love. Along those lines of the Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, hell, this team the Packers ain't been missing the playoffs. They ain't missed too many. So I mean, there's something to be said for that.
There is something to be said for that. But he just lost one of his main weapons. Romeo Dobbs went to the Patriots.
Yeah, he went to the Patriots.
So to me, like, he doesn't scare me. Like, I know going into the playoffs, I listen to the Chicago radio, they was talking about, well, you got to face Jordan Love. I'm like, I'm not scared of him. Like, yeah, he can win your game, but he can lose your game too.
Yeah.
So to your point, Mr. Blaq, inconsistent. Let's talk about tiers. Like, he's not in the first tier quarterbacks. He's not good as Mahomes, not good as Josh Allen, not good as Joe Burrow.
No.
So he's not in that tier. He's not good at, and y'all stop me if y'all think I might be wrong. Trevor Lawrence, not better than him.
All the way. Whoa, Will, what?
Trevor Lawrence? You think he's better than Trevor Lawrence?
They might be. Look at I've seen, bro. With Trevor Lawrence, I can't call it. That's again, they kind of in the like. Trevor Lawrence has had maybe one good season.
You might be right, Will.
Yeah.
My argument would be that when I hear the name, no, I don't just say, yeah, he right. No, I'm like, that's debatable. That's debatable.
It's they close. They in the same boat. If you ask.
That's debatable.
Well, he already said
Dak over Jordan Love right now.
Dak.
But I have to give Jordan Love his credit. They beat the shit out of us in that playoff game. So that man will always have my respect. You'll never hear me say he trash because they came through and obliterated.
He won a playoff game. Yeah, so
that's what I'm saying. He can win the game
as a quarterback. Yeah, I'm still taking. I'm taking.
I give you Dak. Dak better.
So I don't know if he's a top 10 to me because he even got this new guy.
So who's your top 10 then?
Like I said, Mahomes. Allen, Burrow. I put Dak up there because he was an MVP candidate. He's kind of a perennial MVP.
Okay,
candidate.
You put him in your top 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar. Thank you. He's not
Okay.
Joe Burrow.
I got him already.
No, he already said that. He already said Burrow.
He already
Baker
said Joe Burrow?
Mayfield. I'll take Baker Mayfield over him.
You put Baker Mayfield
I
in your
would take
top
Baker
10.
Mayfield over him. Yeah,
In your top
debatable.
10.
It's debatable.
In your top 10, Baker
I'll
Mayfield.
put him. Yeah, I'll put him over.
Okay, you at 6 right
Love.
now. You at 6 right now.
Justin Herbert.
Okay. I got some questions about him. His regular seasons are good. He ain't been shit in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that
Jalen Hurts.
Okay. That's 8. You got 2 more.
Let's see in the division. Sam Darnold. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Gotta give
Okay, there's 9. You got 1 more.
Oh, Drake May?
Not top 10.
Maybe. Even though he was an MVP candidate this year, I don't know. It's just because only because he's
I can't give him top
only
10.
because he's a rookie. Him and Bo Nix. Like the argument can be made for both of them ahead of Jordan Love.
Right.
Bo Nix over Jordan Love? I don't trust Bo.
If he didn't
his
be
throwing, I don't trust his throwing yet. All the way anyway. It's some things I don't trust Bo like now.
No,
I trust Love a little bit more.
I'm gonna say Bo Nix. I'm gonna say Drake May. I'm gonna say Trevor Lawrence. All those guys are 1 season away from me feeling like they better than Jordan Love. If they come out this next year and ball out, I'm taking all 3 of them over Jordan Love. I just can't right now. I wouldn't.
What about
I
CJ
also
Stroud?
Put,
Hell no.
CJ had one of the best rookie years, man, that we have ever seen. I don't know what the dynamic was from that first year to now, but something is missing. I don't know if it's personnel. I don't know if it's coaching, but one ingredient they had that year, they're missing now. So and it's affecting his game because he's not looking like that quarterback we saw rookie year.
Nah, what about
who else you got?
It was to that point. He was just talking about. Give me a second. I can't remember the quarterback. Oh, from Washington, Jaden Daniels. You think he's in that same vein as CJ Stroud?
Nah, he was
injuries. Yeah, it was more injuries.
Kicked his ass this year. We'll see this year, like this third year.
I think Bryce Young is on the come up too. So it's like it's a bunch of it's some. Go ahead.
Here's my thing with that. Do you think Carolina's gonna run into the same thing the Cardinals and the Dolphins just ran into? Are they gonna pay Bryce? Or how much are they gonna overpay?
Yeah, I don't think they got a choice. They gotta pay him.
You gotta pay him.
Too. You do got a choice. No, if he ain't
don't. You invested a number. First of all, not just a number 1 pick. They traded up to get him. So you gave away significant draft capital to get him. So if he shows you any signs that he might be the guy you thought he is, you're going to have to take that chance. Otherwise, you're starting over again at quarterback. And if you're Carolina, we tired of starting over, boss. We want a quarterback.
Here's my thing. Did the Cardinals and the damn Dolphins not just do that, and yet they paying the price? You talking about they don't have a choice? Like hell, you
get that quarterback like they did. They gave away a lot of draft capital. I don't know if you remember that trade, but they gave up a lot to go get Bryce Young.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Did they do that?
Hell, did those teams not pay those guys and they eating 50, $99 million? So
just like
to me, it's the same shit.
We was talking about the tanking thing, you have to play the game. So with tanking, you have to lose to be in the game to get the player you want. With the quarterbacks, you have to pay them to see, you know what I'm saying? They might not be generational. They might be a buzz. They might be just all right. But while you're undecided and think that they could be, there's no contract situation that's going to promote that. Unless you have a situation like with Sam Darnold or with what's the guy for the 49ers, Mac Jones. To where
my other point is then cool if you keep him, but for how much? I'm not
based. You gotta pay him what the market is. You gotta pay him what the market is. You gotta pay him what the market is.
Hell no. For somebody I know can't get me to the next level. Fuck
But
that.
no, who says they don't know that? They just made the playoffs, T-Tom. They just made the
They
playoffs
barely got in. It's
but
just
it was
they
a
lost the
competitive.
shit. They in.
Hey, you saying barely, but they were a playoff team, right?
Okay.
When we lost to the Panthers earlier in the season, everybody thought that was a bad loss, and it ended up not being a bad loss because they went to the
Again.
playoffs. The rookie receiver, he was balling. Rico Dowdle was balling, and
Yeah, they lost
Chuba
him.
and Chuba
He signed
Hubbard.
with the Steelers.
Like the Panthers showed signs of life, and that's largely in part because of their quarterback. So who says that they know that he's not the person? If he comes out this year and balls out, you have to pay him.
You do.
And you have to pay him what the market says. Because he's
And
a
I
first
forget.
round, or he's a
And I
first
forget
overall
about
pick.
Brock
Blaq.
Purdy too. I'll put him above Jordan Love. Speaking of.
Yeah, right now you put Brock Purdy a little above. Maybe not talent
Yes, he
wise,
signed with the
but
Steelers.
consistency wise, you do.
Mr. TMI. He signed with the Steelers.
Who signed with the Steelers?
Rico.
Yeah, Rico did sign with the Steelers. That's right. But yeah, I'm just saying, man, the Panthers look like I didn't think they was a playoff team before
I'm
the year
like,
started.
we got plenty, we got instances right now. These teams, okay, they bought into that same philosophy and cut them after 1 year of the contract.
It's no other philosophy to go. If he up,
Yeah, you can
then
start
you gotta
one.
pay him.
Shit, I can go get somebody off the market that's on the same level.
How do you think Minnesota feel? They had Kirk Cousins and let him go for JJ McCarthy.
But they drafted that dude. They thought they pivoted now.
No,
exactly. So to your point,
not Kirk Cousins.
Also, too, what were they going to pay Sam? See, that's also the other difference. What were they going to pay him?
They weren't going to have to pay him what you call it?
Exactly. You weren't going to have to pay him what you got to pay Bryce. Hell, I'm cool if you want to pay Bryce what Sam is getting. I'm cool with that. But if you end up paying him a couple $100 million, no, he ain't worth it.
Bryce has never been traded. He's never been cut. Sam Darnold has that in his history. He was thought as a journeyman, a backup quarterback. No, you don't have to pay that guy what you got to pay Bryce Young because he's the number 1 overall draft pick and he's been with the same team. There is no reason that there's nothing that's diminishing him as a quarterback, right? You might not know if he's your franchise guy for the next 15, but it costs to play, basically. If his contract is up, and you're not going to franchise him, which that's an option. But I'm saying if he plays well this year, then you're going to have to pay him. You can't say, I'm going to pay you what Sam Darnold pays you because it's the market. It's whatever the market demands for a number 1 franchise quarterback. And that's what he's going to be looked at as a franchise quarterback.
It's levels to this shit.
And whatever the last franchise quarterback
that's what I'm saying. You can change the game because hell, you learn from these other. They ain't had to pay them, so they did. They followed the same philosophy and they paying for it now. With Tua and Kyler.
Any quarterbacks that did not get what they were supposed to get at their first end of their first rookie year deal is because they were moved on from before they got there. I.e., example, Sam Darnold. He was moved on before he can get his money. So, no, you're not going to get franchise quarterback money. But Bryce Young, unless they cut him, trade him, or whatever, he's going to get what the market demands. He's going to get whatever the last quarterback just got that's up for their deal after their rookie year deal, and whatever the market is, that's what they're going to get. He's going to get paid. It's just how it works. Unless you're going to franchise him, because you need to see it again.
Though, at all.
Pfizer.
You seem to be down on Bryce Young. Is that the music? What was that? Take, man.
Hey, real quick, while we still got some time. Big Will, what is Will watching?
All right, so I watched a little something different. Me and the wife, he watched something different this Sunday, man. A movie that came out at the theater, The Housemaid. It's about this young lady who interviews and becomes a housemaid for this wealthy couple. Come to find out the wife is kind of crazy, and the young housemaid has to kind of deal with her craziness. I don't want to give away too much because there's a twist in there, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So it was a pretty good movie. It's an interesting watch. It had some good actors. It had old boy. I don't know if y'all watched 1923, the prequel for the Yellowstone series, but the guy that's in that show is in the movie. Um,
Okay.
I, I can't remember old girl name. She got the big eyes. She played in Ted 2.
Mm.
But
Amanda,
I can't remember her. Huh? Amanda
Amanda,
Seyfried. Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
Seafried.
Yeah. So she's in there. She plays the wife. So like I said, it's a good movie. It had a good plot twist in there. Drama, thriller type movie. Not a lot of blood, but it was a good movie. Housemaid.
Okay.
All right, gotta go check that out. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. Wait.
You see what I said? The teacher I knew what I was talking about.
No, it was the
He
second
did.
one, Ted too.
Oh, the Ted 2? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because it was
Okay.
like she was the main chick in that one. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what. Man, every time I see her in a movie, I'm be like, yo, she do got some.
And they made it fun about it too in Ted 2. Talking about she was Gollum.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Nah, that's crazy.
All right, y'all. Y'all got any closing remarks?
Yeah, man. So again, I'm doing auditions right now for feature film that we're shooting in May called Death Ain't Enough. So if you're serious about your acting and want to submit, make sure you submit to this email right here on the screen, deathaintenough@gmail.com. And we'll see if we want you to audition. But submit and hope to see people who, are serious about the craft and also serious about, making dope stories come to life. Submit.
Right on.
Yeah. I auditioned to read the trailer. She came
And also,
from nothing.
go stream Smoking Ashes, my latest film release, released in January on
Let's go.
Tubi right now. So make sure y'all go
Yeah.
watch Smoking Ashes.
Yeah.
Shout out Joseph Miller right there in the comments. But yeah, make
Yeah.
sure y'all go watch Smoking Ashes and support that film.
For sure. For sure.
Oh, we can't forget about Laughmania, y'all. Laughmania 3
Coming up.
on Saturday, April 11th.
1 month away.
Hey, yeah, exactly 1 month away, man. Hey, Mr. TMI, I hope you getting ready, man.
That's why he ain't on camera right now. He out there working out. You know what I'm saying? Doing push-ups, sit-ups,
Writing
jumping
joke.
off the top rope. You know what I'm saying? It was all that,
Drop an
Getting ready.
elbow on him. Drop an elbow.
So, man, there is some free agents to wrap up. There's some free agency signings to still go. I just hope the Cowboys do more than what you done, baby. Come on, please.
Hey,
Please, I don't want to be
hey,
sorry
right
next
on.
year.
Right
Please,
on.
Jerry Jones, stop playing these grandpa old man games. Please.
Yeah. Look at go ahead. Since he back on the market, go get Crosby, man. Go get him.
For me, man, like hope everybody had a good week. It's been a rough week for me, man. I had to put my car in the shop. They want $7,000 to fix it.
Damn.
Woo!
Yeah. So I'm trying to see what I need to do.
Man.
Yeah, I'll be out next week, man. My birthday 1 week from today,
Me
so
too.
I'll be out on the cruise with my speedos on, with a drink.
Okay.
Speedos is
You
crazy.
just lost me.
Yeah.
Just,
With the
Boy,
banana
this
hammock.
cruise. Yeah. Hey, you live your life how you live it, Big Will. I
Hey man, YOLO. But no, man. I hope it's a enjoyable week for y'all, man. Enjoy the show. And I'll be back the week after, man. Get it
Yeah,
going.
me too. Me too.
I think we'll be back the week after, right? That's
Yeah.
a lot of absences.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're gonna be able to do the show,
Yeah.
with that many absences. So we'll see on the week after, which will be closer to draft time. Free agency will
Yeah.
be then settled. So playoff picture for the NBA will be clearer. So we'll be able to talk about all that.
Yeah.
Opening day been in start about to start.
Yeah. Oh yeah, baseball.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't know T-Tom had a twin brother. That's crazy.
Yo,
But
me and
yeah.
Mr. Blaq. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Cowboys. One life. Let's go. All right, y'all. We about to be out. So, peace.
Thank y'all for watching.
All right,
Holla at y'all.
First down, Jackson.